Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So,
Okay, today our group will present for our case study, and our topic to be chosen is factory maintenance management. And our group stand by me first, Muhammad Daniel Maja bin Muhammad Badri, and my metric number is 23 BKM 19F 2018.
My name is Muhammad Izzam Razik bin Muhammad Faizul. My metric number is 23 DKM 19F 2019.
my name is Muhammad Hasif Hanif bin Jumi. My metric number is 23 DKM 19F 2016.
Okay, my name is Deva Prasad son of Mahindran. My metric card number is 23 DKM 19F 2002.
Okay, the background of our case study is, this is the company, factory company, engineering company, founded by Alfred Cheong in 1992. The General System Engineering Sdn Bhd GSE has since flourished into a renowned machining fabrication company in Malaysia that provide a wide variety of engineering service. Great business expansion over the years has enabled GSE to now incorporate with Nippon GSE Ltd in Japan and own a subsidiary company in Malaysia by the name of GSE M Technologies Sdn Bhd. Coupled with the highly experienced, we deliver exceptional standard in an industrial oven, surface finishing system, specific industrial process such as sprays, painting line, and engineering and fabrication service. GSE always makes an all-out effort in handling each of its projects to guarantee high customer satisfaction and always offering you high quality parts or component to fully finished product. Okay, and of that, okay, next. Okay, okay, first we start chapter 1. Nampak chapter 1. Okay, first we start with chapter 1, maintenance organization. Okay, for the introduction, maintenance organizing is the process of arranging resources together to achieve the organization strategies and goals. The way in which the various parts of an organization are formally arranged in reference to as the organization structure. It is a system involving the interaction of inputs and outputs. It is characterized by task assignments, workflow, reporting relationship, and communication channel that link together the work of diverse individuals and groups. Any structure must allocate tasks through a division of labor and facilitate the coordination of the performance result. Nevertheless, we have to admit that there is no one best structure that meets the needs of all circumstances. Okay, there is 3 types of maintenance organization. The first one is centralized. As you can see here, general manager and so on. Okay, the second one is decentralized, and the last one is partially decentralized. Okay, next, function of maintenance organization. There is leader influence. The first one through in planning, and second organizing, for the third implementing, and the last one controlling. Okay, next. Okay, that is the team of maintenance organization for the company. The first name is the founder, which is Mr. Alfred Cheong, and their assistant manager, M. Lee, as you can see, and the second one, and Vivian. And the third one, I'm not sure. Because I'm not able to view the detail. So for the chapter 2, I will hand over to Muhammad Hizam Razik.
All right. So now we go to chapter 2. That is workshop layout. So for the introduction, workshop layout is defined as the way in which machines, workbench, and storage workshop are placed in relation to each other with a proper workshop layout planning. You can see which materials are to be placed in each place makes you to save place and arrange the machines properly. So here we can see the floor plan layout, which is we have lathe machines, office, vertical milling, bandsaw, and universal milling. So right here we have evacuation plane layout. Right. So next for chapter 3, we go to list of equipment. So for the introduction, we have lathe machines, universal milling machine, vertical milling machine, bandsaw machine, and drilling machine. And next, we can see the registration of equipment, which is we have around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 registration of equipment, and it is for each equipment, lathe machine and so on until drilling machine. So here are the list of equipment: universal milling machine, vertical milling machine, drilling machine, lathe machine, and bandsaw. Alright, so now for chapter 4, I will give to Hasif Hanif.
Okay, thank you. For chapter 4 is standard operation procedure machine. Okay, for the introduction, an SOP is a procedure specific to your operation that describe the activities necessary to complete tasks in accordance with industry regulation, provincial law, or even just your own standard for running your business. Any document that is a how to fall into the category of procedure. In a manufacturing environment, the most obvious example of an SOP is the step-by-step production line procedure used to make product as well trained staff and SOP. In fact, define expert practice in all business where quality standard exists. SOP play an important role in your small business. SOP are policies, procedure, and standard unit in the operation, marketing, and administration disciplines within your business to ensure success. Okay, this the example for the SOP operation. Developing an SOP is about systemizing all your process and documenting them. Every business has a unique market. Every entrepreneur has her own leadership style, and every industry has its own best practice. No two business will have an identical collection of SOP. Okay, below is a listing of just a few typical SOP which you will want to consider writing for your own small business. Okay, for example, we have finance and administration, and we have marketing, sales, and customer service, employee staff, and last is some tips for the SOP. Okay. For significance of standard operation procedure, we have standard operation procedure SOP are step-by-step instruction that act as guideline for employee work process, whether written up in number, step, or format as flow chart. Effective SOP are complete. clearly written and based on input from the workers who do the job. When employee follow the SOP for a particular job, they produce a product that is consistent and predictable. If creativity is key to your business function, SOP may not work for you. Strict ahead to standardized rules can restrict creative flow. However, if your goal is to produce the same product over the long term and increase your business productivity, the implementation of SOP can have many benefits. Okay, first is reading for future growth, and we have standard operation procedures, simplify performance management, and control the quality and consistency of your product. Next, and protect yourself from knowledge loss. And lastly, is save on training costs. Okay, we will jump to form of SOP. Okay, this one is for late machine. They have some safety standard operation. Okay, next. Okay, this one is for universal milling machine. They have a same guideline to standard operation for this machine, this type of machine. Okay, we have vertical milling machine, and we have bandsaw. We have drill press. Okay, that was the last one. Okay, for chapter 5, I will hand over to Teva.
Okay. Chapter 5 is maintenance planning and scheduling. For introduction, shutdown and maintenance plans often don't work the way organization laid them out, especially when an emergency arises. However, it's essential to have a well thought out plan that could help you to explore the documents, all the possibilities and options. The information you gain during the planning phase will help you to choose appropriate action depending on the situation. In the competitive world of manufacturing, companies have to work hard to stay ahead of the curve by ensuring higher productivity and producing high quality products that meet customers' expectations. At the same time, they have to keep the production cost as low as possible. Maintenance planning and scheduling are two key components of a sound maintenance program. So for maintenance planning is often defined as the through process that highlights possible issues ahead of time and outlines strategy to address them. For example, maintenance planning identities the tools and resources required for the job. Okay, for next scheduling, while the planning phase determines work that needs to be done, scheduling is about when the work should be done and who should be given the responsibility to organize the scheduling. Next. Okay, next is significance of maintenance planning and scheduling. Planned maintenance offers various benefits to the company on top of reducing unplanned downtime. These are the benefits includes reduced maintenance costs, extended asset life, increased workplace safety, improved workplace culture, and lastly, planned maintenance decreased downtime. Okay, 5.3 is table of planning and scheduling. This is the example table, which is will have the senarai asset, ahli, lokasi bengkel machine, and the type of machines, which is lathe machine, universal milling machine, vertical machine, and bandsaw and drill press. Next. These are the categories we can separate, which is for lathe machine, same type of machine, lathe machine, vertical machine, universal milling machine, bandsaw, and press drill. You can separate it into tables. Next. Okay, for equipment maintenance log, there are 5 type of log for the same machines. No, sorry, tersilap. There are 5 types of equipment maintenance log, which is equipment description, gearbox for lead machine, power supply for universal milling machine, maintenance for the wire harmless for vertical machine, and new blade for the bandsaw, and changing new clamps and vise for drilling machine. For chapter 6, I would like to hand over to Daniel.
Okay. To continue this, our chapter 6 is safety precaution. The introduction: safety in the workplace begins with a proper safety plan that is put into place by management and observed by all employees. Safety precaution must be strictly adhered to because if they are not, some employees can put all other employees at risk. If an employee is seriously injured, they may turn to workers' compensation, which ends up costing the business money in increased premiums, reduced productivity, and lost profits. Also, moral among employees can suffer because concerned they are concerned about their safety and ability to work in an environment where other employees have suffered an injury. A safety consultant should be hired to visit your workplace and take a visual and physical assessment from the point of view of the employee environment. From that assessment, the safety consultant can easily identify which area require a more in-depth risk assessment. Employees feel safe at, should feel safe at work and protected from hazardous material and dangerous machine. They should be provided with the proper safety equipment, be fully trained on the operational procedures of the equipment or machine that they will be working with, and tested for time to time on those procedures. The necessary safety equipment should be in place when it is needed, such as an emergency eye washing station or a first aid kit. Employees should be trained to use this item properly and various procedures that they need to follow. Safety rules must be observed by all employees, and employees who discover not following the rules should be immediately reprimanded because they may be putting their fellow employees at risk. The plan should always be adjusted to grow and change with the workplace and ensure that it suits the current workplace environment. If new procedures are implemented, any guide or handbook should be updated or employees should be gathered and informed of those change. Okay, next. Okay, those are safety rules. Before using lathe machine, read the owners carefully and so on. When using lathe machine, after using lathe machine, before using universal and others machine that provided in the factory. Okay, next Zik. Okay, next we saw all the rules for the safety precaution for every machine. Okay, there is a personal protective equipment (PPE). Personal protective equipment (PPE) is protective to protect the wearer body from injury or infection. The hazard addressed by protective equipment include physical, electrical, heat, chemical, biohazard, and airborne particulate matters. Protective equipment may be worn for job-related occupational safety and health purpose. Protective clothing Protective clothing is applied to traditional categories of clothing, and protective gear applies to items such as pads, guards, shields, or masks, and others. The purpose of personal protective equipment is to reduce employees' exposure to hazard when engineering controls and administrative control are not feasible or effective to reduce these risks to acceptable levels. PPE has the serious limitation that it does not eliminate the hazard at the source and may result the employees being exposed to the hazard if the equipment fail. Okay, there is the poster as you can see, the unsafe situation and safe situation. Okay, next. Okay, this is inventory management system. Okay, the introduction. Inventory management system is an attempt to have the right stock in the right place at the right time and at the right cost. The goal is to minimize costs by helping facility know when to purchase more inventory based on normal usage rate. There are four types of inventories: raw material for the first, and second work in progress, and the third one finished goods, and the last one supplies. Advantage of inventory management system: keep track of your inventory and offer a centralized view of stock. Control your costs by making stock report for analysis of your inventory. Improve your delivery by managing stock outs and meeting customer expectation. Manage planning and forecasting by analyze data trends. Reduce the time for managing inventory by keeping records in place. Okay, here's the example of inventory management system. There are measuring tools such as measurement tape, unit caliper, ruler, and tri square. And the other one, hammer, claw hammer, mallet, and ball pin hammer. Okay, next. So we have drilling tools and clapping tools, cutting tools, and hand tools. Okay. For the conclusion, I will hand over to Izham Razi.
Alright, for the conclusion, the workplace involves a variety of physical activity of workers, movements of construction plants, and the exposure of the nearby general public. Therefore, by managing safety within the workplace has to involve different processes in order to ensure that the site is a safe working environment for workers and its surroundings. With the demands of the proposed development machine projects that are in place in the future, it is therefore the aim of this research study is to explore the safety management of workplace with its main outcome is to contribute to providing knowledge of how safety is managed in factory industry in general system engineering neighborhood GSE. The results from case studies have been explored and several interesting and important findings were identified. These research findings that are expected to provide an appropriate solution to the research problems are identified and presented as follows. First, we have safety practice. Second, problems related to safety practice. Third, strategies to reduce the safety practice related problems. And the last one, the summary. For the summary, generally it can be concluded that the construction site has a well-structured safety practice in place. However, there were a few problems related to this implementation of this safety practice. With that, few of the strategies were also identified as to reduce the safety problems within the site, which generally cover the level of awareness, good safety implementation, and providing available resources. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.